Thursday. Anybody here? Got a couple people. The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Glad to see you. Geeky Gardens. Red, White, and Speckled. Peanuts Peppers. Copper Color Farms. The Cajun Homestead. Got a few people in here. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. We'll catch up with you. So, if you'd like to put your name on the wheel, and you'd like the link to the wheel, you can either look down in the description below on this live stream, or you can simply type !wheel in the chat. No spaces, !wheel in the chat. Crystal's Coding. Cajun Homestead, Longville, Louisiana. Is it warm down your way? Hope so. It's warm here today. We just had an unexpected shower come through. Wasn't calling for it, but it came anyway. Typical weatherman fashion. They're wrong so often they don't know how to be right. Red Silo Homestead. Hello, hello. I'm glad to see that people are feeling better out your way there, Crystal. Homestead Rewind. Nice to see you stop by. Nunya, Texas on the back 20. Good afternoon. Nana's Menagerie. Hello. Good to see you here. Loma Acres. Another Buckeye. Part of me's feeling real good and some parts of me are not. So I guess we'll kind of leave it go at that. I don't know if I think I just pulled a muscle in my abdomen with a pretty heavy cough here, 4 days ago? 5? Last Saturday. And it's very tender, to say the least. So, deep breaths, putting arms up in the air, bending over, walking, all the above is painful at present. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. Waiting to see if we can get some people on the wheel here. We've got one. Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla is near Defiance. Okay. Been through there before. So Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, what's your channel about there? The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Homestead Rewind got Buckeyes to sprout. It's always good when you can get cookies to sprout. All right. We got to get some more people on the wheel. We need to. Or I'll just start pulling names off the list here. But here's we haven't really gone over this, so let's talk about it for just a moment. Here's some of the things we're going to be looking at your channel here. Your channel name, is it easy to remember, easy to spell? Is there anything odd about it? Is it something you should change now rather than later? Or are you happy with what you have? Channel art includes the banner, your icon, your branding. Is it easily recognizable? Easy to read? Does it show up cleanly across all devices? Your channel description. Is your email in the proper location? Do you have links in the proper location? Do you have playlists? We'll go over some do's and don'ts on playlists. We'll take a peek at some of your thumbnails. Are they of the type of thumbnail to entice people to click on them? Or are they just kind of fade off into the background? Your overall channel presentation, that's how the channel looks. And of course, do you or do you not have a channel trailer? Special location to put that. And if you do have a channel trailer, typically they are from 30 to 90 seconds in length. And they're meant to simply be a short introduction to your channel about what your channel's about, who you are, and what people can expect to see there. So, the way we do this is we'll pick a name on the wheel, spin the wheel, we'll pick a name, and we'll go to this page here that you see up on the screen right now. This is actually on a different computer. And I want you to note over here in the upper right-hand corner where it says sign in, that's because the browser is not signed in. We go and look at all your channels with a non-signed in browser. This is like somebody new coming to your channel because you've either told them about it, maybe they have spotted a thumbnail that caught their attention and they want to go to your channel and see what other videos you might have. So when they arrive at your channel, not subscribed, this is what they will see. So that's kind of how we do this. The wheel's going to be real quick this time here, looks like. So let's go get the wheel. Yeah, I told you we only had two folks on the wheel. So let's give it a spin and find a winner. And it looks to me like this is going to be the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. All right. Coffee cup out of the way here. The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, 518 subscribers. I got 420 videos. Based upon what I see just in this little bit here, it's apparently a vlogging channel. So let's go take a peek at it. The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla out of Defiance, Ohio. Okay, turn the sound off there. There's a trailer playing here. It's 2 minutes 21 seconds in length. I'm thinking I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that the actual banner here is not going to display properly on a handheld device. I believe it's going to cut off right into this a little bigger, and we'll pull it down out of the way. I believe you're going to find that it actually cuts off about right here. And over here, which isn't quite so bad. But if you look at that on a phone, if somebody would want to check that on their phone, if you're on a phone here tonight, how does that banner look? Are you seeing the entire title across the top? I'll just make a quick comment on this. Although the text, when it's expressive, that sometimes can go against you because it's harder to read. Sometimes harder to read. So, my bigger concern is the fact that I don't think that it's going to show up on a phone correctly, because these two outside edges are not going to be there. So the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Let's go to the About page and see what they have to say in their description. These are vlogs for the merriment of your senses. We are a family of 5. Tammy and I, Jeff, have begun these vlogs for our creative outlet. I just had a phone handed to me, and it is somewhat cut off. So I was right on that. Okay. Family of 5, Tammy and I, Jeff, have begun vlogs for our creative outlet. Glad you found us. Well, I'm glad you stopped in here today. We're going to find out more about the Vanilla Gorilla here. We also have an eBay store where you can purchase merch, as well as some of our treasures we find. www.ebay.com. And what you've done here is you put a link. Or you can Google, and I can't even pronounce it, I'm sorry, Mortiqua's Treasures. Or you can visit our spring store link below. On this channel, you can expect Chedwood, Beard Up Challenge, Thrifting, 2 garden tips, 2 construction tips and displays, the flea markets, sales and finds, the garage and estate sales, 2 art projects, both physical and digital, and repurposing items and crafting. Also cooking with the gorilla, and the gypsy even makes a dish at times. Please consider our Patreon page, see below, or link, as we have some giveaways from time to time and exclusive content. Thanks for checking us out. Please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our uploads and live events. Okay. And as anybody that comes in here regular will tell you, I sometimes get a little, maybe overly critical on it. But here's why. You have like a link here, but it's not a link. This is not a hotspot. People can't click on it here. And how many people are going to come in here and they're going to say, all right, I see a link here. Oops, I didn't get it all. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Let's redo it. Let me try to copy this. Oh, I went too far. Oh, I didn't get it all. There we go. Now I got it. Now I got to copy this and I got to paste it into another browser. People are just not going to do that. I'm sorry. They're just not going to do it. If you want to have a link, the best place for a link is on this page. It's down here at the bottom where you have links. And you can refer to those links from up here, but it doesn't do you any good to put them as a link at the top. I just know this is gonna rub people wrong, but you've got some you have some I want to say it. Some hashtag words. I'll just say hashtag. Yes, some hashtag words here. In this particular case, where you have them, is almost doubly bad. These are not showing up as a hashtag word in the description on anything. Hashtag words are not as much of a help as what many people seem to think they are. Google will promote a hashtag word because they are promoting Google. They're not promoting you, and for these hashtag words to do anything for you, I don't see them doing that. And we'll go further into that. I'm not sure where you're going with all this, and I'll just drifting. Maybe this is just your way of numbering. You could have numbered these or just made a bulleted list. Maybe that's what you've done here by putting the twos. Could be, but I find it's very difficult to read. It's very difficult to read. One thing you think about whenever you're making a description for YouTube is you never want to have more than 3 lines of type without having a white line of space. So 3 lines, like you do on the top, then you got a white line. Well, then you should have no more than 3 lines and another white line. And then maybe 3 more lines and another white line. You do have your email address in the proper location. And you do have some links down here, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and this is some merchandise that you reflected up here on the top. So you've been around for a while. The channel was actually created, whether or not you did anything with it, back in 2012. Let's just go look here real quick. No, you've only been putting up videos about a year. Oldest videos about a year ago. So, alright. Take a look at the playlist, see what you have here. You do have some playlists. And, alright. Let's jump right into this. Bed Wars 21. Updated yesterday. View the full playlist. Go, take a look at. You got a very nice description here. Fantastic. Great job. Very glad to see that. And everything in here is your video. Very pleased to see that as well. Nice job. Let's try a different one. We'll do the Garden 2021. Okay, you do have. Glad to see it. You do have a description here, but it's a little lacking. Could be a little better. Our Garden 2021 series. And I don't know the best way for, I don't want to try to put a description here. in your mind. I would certainly think you could come up with something a little bit more complete, I guess, as a description. But nice job. Nice job on doing it. Take a look at some of your thumbnails. All right. Let's briefly talk about thumbnails in general. The thumbnail is perhaps the most important part of your video. Nobody gets to one of your videos without seeing the thumbnail on any type of a browse or presented to if they're on YouTube. They're going to see the thumbnail or they can't get to your video. If your thumbnail doesn't land in their eye, then they'll never click on it. They'll never see your video. So it's very, very important to have a good thumbnail. Some general rules on thumbnails. They need to be sharp and crisp, good, clean pictures. If they do have verbiage on them, it needs to be unique. It needs to add to the video. If it doesn't add to the video, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be the same thing as the video title. So, those are some overall things. And glancing at your thumbnails here, I got the last, let me spread this out here a little bit. Okay. There's the last 18 of them. All right, here's a good example of what I was talking about. Thrift store closing. Everything left is free. Number one, congratulations. It's easy to read, large enough letters. But it's the same thing as your title. So you probably would have been, it could have perhaps been better if you had, based on some sort of single item that's maybe popular, and just use a keyword like free, something to garnish attention, and that might perhaps could pull more people into it. This one, the problem I see with this is your text has run off the thumbnail. I don't know if that was intentional. If it is and you're happy with that, that's fine. But I will give you an absolute big plus that you are making your text on a thumbnail is big enough to read. Great job. Very interesting. All right, on the home page, see what you've changed here. Okay. Let's talk about what we have. Number one, kudos for channel trailer. The uploads container, of course, that's default. Everybody starts with that. Now, this next one here, this is a group of playlists. This is view all my playlists. The problem with this is, if you were to put these up individually, you get to see, if not all, but part of the description underneath each one. So take your most popular playlist and do those individually rather than grouping them all together. Popular uploads. Your channel's not that old yet, but you may find that this is something that you're not going to want in the future. And the reason I say that is the majority of channels, some of their oldest videos are the ones that are most popular because they've been around the longest. So it's not unusual to go into a channel that's been out there for 5 or 6 years or more, and they put this popular uploads up here, and this one's 6 years old, and this one's 5 years old, and this one's 6 years old, simply because they've stood the test of time, they're out there longer, they have more views. I just don't feel this to be a very resourceful or helping type container for your video. I like this. I like that you put all your shorts into a video or into a container. That's great. So, the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Very interesting. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I hope maybe we gave you some ideas. I hope maybe we helped you in some way. And it's good to have you in here. Glad to see you. Let's go ahead and grab the wheel again, see what we come up with. Thorhaven Farm. Thorhaven Farm. Okay. $471 subscribers. They've got 64 video. A very unique logo. And we'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a moment. But let's get to that channel. Nice banner. Nice banner. It's a different style banner where they've used an assembly of various pictures, kind of almost like a collage, but got their name in here. Pretty neat. Very nice. And I'm guessing if you are in there, yeah, Thorhaven Farm, you're in there. Tell me something. Did you, either yourself or have somebody create your font for your banner / logo? Did you do that? Yeah, but I'm curious about your logo. The font on your logo, the Thor, is that something that you designed, or did you go to a place like Fiverr or something, or just a little curious? I don't believe that to be a standard run-of-the-mill font. So nice job on that. You've got a 2-minute trailer in here. Very nice. Looks nice. All right. Down back to the description page. And the description reads as follows. Thorhaven Farm is a 13-acre homestead north of Quebec City in Zone 4. Darren and I'm going to say it's Bridget. Maybe there's some sort of extra enunciation there, but I'm going to just Bridget, if I'm not pronouncing it, okay, so like a Fiverr or something. Darren and Bridget are working toward becoming self-sufficient. Being able to provide all of our own meat and vegetables is one of the main goals. We are currently developing a couple food forest locations on the property to help provide our fruits, veggies, and herbs. We're also working on building our small herd of Highland cows. Other animals we have include chickens, pigs, rabbits, and bees, and looking to get some goats soon. Bridget also produces a number of woven products, clothes, art, with more products to follow soon. These are available to purchase on our website. When not working on the homestead or at our full-time jobs, we can be found in our hot tub or playing with our basset hound, Odin. Email addresses is the proper location. They have links to this must be their website. Very nice. So I'm curious. You said you paid to have that done. Local lady did it for us. Okay. She did a nice job. I can pick up on stuff like that. So. And I'm guessing that you're up in the area where French is, if not the first language, the second language. And I can't talk French. Yeah, how many words? Yeah, French fries, French toast. Okay. And of course, Facebook page. Let's jump back in and see what you have in the way of playlist here. You got a few of them. We're going to go for the largest playlist first. Open that up. And yep, you've got a nice description here. All your videos. Everything looks good. Passive solar greenhouse. Playlist. And again, nice description. All your videos. Fantastic. Take a peek at some of your thumbnails. There's the last 18 of them. Okay. Keep this in the back of your mind whenever you create a thumbnail. And you're going to put writing on the thumbnail. You're going to put text on the thumbnail. Number one, you have to be able to read it. It has to stand out. There has to be enough contrast between your lettering and the background of the thumbnail that it's easy to see, easy to read, and not just because you know what it says. Good example here is this one. Now, if I bring up the magnifying glass on this, okay, I can... I don't even see more. There it is. Morgan. Thank you. I'm assuming all's good. And I've not been called something I shouldn't have been. I don't think so. Second row, first one. Well, second row, first. Homesteader onesie chat? All right, we'll get to that one in a minute. I want to talk about this one. Oh my G, OMG, oh my God. It's really happening. A couple problems with the font on this. Number one, it's not a crisp, clean font. It's one of these expressive fonts that's a little difficult to read. The contrast just isn't good enough. Tends to blend in. It makes it very difficult. I like what you're doing with your logo. You're putting your logo in here on these lower left-hand corner area. That's nicely done. This is another one. It's, is she pregnant? Well, I don't know. But again, Get that contrast out there. Too Soon is easy to read. This one, not so much. With the red here, it's just not clean as what it should be. More cow fencing. Homesteader onesie challenge. So, how was this onesie challenge? And that was a week ago. Is this something that you'd like for us to help advertise for you? Not sure where we want to go with this, but we certainly can. Let us know. Easy shelf build, nicely done. All right. Homepage, you got your uploads. You've done shorts in their own grouping, which is wonderful. Your other playlist listed individually. Nice job. I think you've done a fabulous job. Thorhaven Farm, thank you very much for being here. Very nice that you've invested in yourself on the logo, where you've gone the extra mile and solicited somebody else to enhance your page based upon, I'm assuming, your ideas, or perhaps you gave them carte blanche, but they did a nice job. Thorhaven Farm, thank you so much for being here. Bomber Steve, good to see you in the room. Yeah, Thorhaven Farm, if you're going to do something like that and you'd like for us to help spread that word, just send us an email. We can announce that on one of our Monday Night Lives. Are they members of the Small YouTube Homesteaders? Yeah. Make sure that gets put in the Small YouTube Homesteaders. And you are more than welcome to ask for any type of assistance we can give you. All right, let's go spin the wheel again. Dean Family Acres, good afternoon. Bomber Steve, Pete's Little Homestead is in the house. Sissy Boo is here. Sissy Boo Acres Homestead. All right, let's go find Sissy Boo Acres. Sissy Boo Acres Homestead has 417 subscribers. They got 50 videos out there. And, let's see what they have here. Okay, they got a 35-second trailer video, which is a great length. They have a channel banner, which is not doing them any favors. And I'm hoping that they're still in here. There they are. Okay. Biggest thing lacking on your channel banner here is your brand. Especially with a unique name like Sissy Boo Acres, I would make that quite prominent in the center part of this banner. Banners displayed on any of these pages throughout your site here, and is also used in some other areas on YouTube if your channel gets featured in some other areas. So, by all means, get your name on that banner someplace. Sissy Boo Acres. Jump back to the About page. Take a look at the description. It's kind of short and sweet, but let's read it here. Hey there, we're Josh and Sarah of Sissy Boo Acre Homestead. Welcome to our channel, where we share about our homesteading life in rural Nova Scotia. We love sharing homestead updates about the animals and garden, and telling simple stories like our from scratch bread making or building a snowplow resistant mailbox post. Take a look around and stay a while, and make sure to subscribe for more homesteading content. Everything you have here is absolutely wonderful and fine. You can put a lot more. You've left it wide open where you can add a lot more things. But let's talk about the layout here just a little bit. It's just a paragraph. And typically you're going to want multiple paragraphs, and you're going to want the paragraphs to be no more than 3 type lines and then a white space, and then no more than 3 type lines and a white space. So, and change it up. Make add some additional information in here. Add some additional fluff. And you say, Sissy Boo Acres Homestead. Welcome to our channel where we share about our homesteading life in rural Nova Scotia. You could put, then we reside on our 500-acre property. And I'm just throwing out here just to try to spark something in your head where we have livestock, what livestock you have, what type of gardens you're growing or are growing into. Do you have greenhouses? Do you have... The list is endless, but I have no idea where I'm going with this. So hopefully, this is a subject that I know a lot of people talk about through the wintertime, snowplow resistant mailbox posts, to the point where in some areas, too resistant of a mailbox post can be a detriment to you if somebody gets hurt on it because some car decided to slide into it and it went through the center of the car because it stood the test of time and the driver didn't. Just saying. But anyway, you don't have your email here. That should be a big plus. You should put your email in here. If you have any other social media platforms, if you have a Facebook page, website, anything else. The description is more for an individual that's already found your page somehow to learn more about you. This entire, and of course that's what it's titled, this is the About You section. So they go description, there's a place there for your email. There's another channel want to get a hold of you to perhaps collaborate on a series of videos or something. There is a location there where you can put links to share other areas or things that you do, whether it be your own personal webpage, Facebook, Instagram, whatever other social media platforms you may be a part of. To answer that question, this is picked up on any search engine. So I don't know how long this has been out here, but if I were to, let's just grab a piece of this. Let's see if I can demonstrate this. We're going to search Google for just that snippet of text. And Google picked it up right here. this is taking me right to your About page. Now, here's something else interesting. There's a Facebook page. This is apparently maybe in French. That I'm guessing this is you, because this Josh is originally from Southern Ontario, and I'm from the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina. So I've already learned more here from this Facebook page. It's in a different language than in my native language that I've learned from your About page, which is kind of odd. But yeah, you could have links to this stuff right in here. So yeah, a search engine will definitely pick up on it. Roughly the first couple hundred words, Morgan, you can maybe add some insight in that. I'm thinking this picks up about the first 200 words in a description area. Go back and see what you have in the way of playlists. You got a few. This one's a 50 video playlist, which is kind of large. It's almost like maybe it's everything, but let's find out. All right, there's no description here. If you don't put a description on a playlist, that's no different than creating a video and not putting a description. If you're going to create a playlist, take the time to inform people, what is this playlist about? Going down through very quickly. All right. There are some videos in here that are not yours. And these are videos I do not feel belong here. For example, this one, how to wind a bobbin sewing machine. It's a Howcast video. Here is how your family affects your YouTube success. This is a video creator's video. The giving chain reaction. This is from thousands of tools, 10,000 of tools. Here's a Justin Rhodes video. Those should not be here. If you want to create a playlist that has other people's videos, then that's fine. Just make it private so you're the only one that sees it. You don't want people to come in and go into your playlist and they click on these, they're going elsewhere. They are leaving your page. They're going over to whoever the creator is of this video they created. And that's not your goal. That's not your goal to, here's another one. Our oily house. And you may not have even known these were here. So maybe I'm just enlightening you that, hey, you got some videos in here you maybe didn't know. But there's some in here I think you should definitely take out. All right, let's go look at another playlist I usually look at too. Again, no description. But these are all your videos. Okay. Thumbnails. Okay. Keep in mind what I've said before. If you're going to add text to a thumbnail, the font has to be relatively plain font, very easy for everybody to read. Has to be enough contrast between the lettering and the background of the picture or thumbnail. In your case, this helps immensely that you've put it over a circular subject to give it this contrast. But if your font is overwriting that circle, well, then you kind of defeated that. I could be wrong, but this almost looks like this is something I've seen in Filmora, maybe a Filmora editor. This looks like one of their type of font things. If it is, I think you can increase the size of that background so that your font stays in it rather than have it roll out. Keep in mind, you don't want to be redundant. You don't want to have that same verbiage in the picture of the video, in the thumbnail, as you have in the title. Very cold week on the homestead. Very cold week on the homestead. It's the same thing. It's just redundant. Little homestead update, redundant. Making sea salt, redundant. Happy anniversary. Well, that's a little different. Preparing for spring. It's something to keep in mind. Go back to your home page here. Default container is here as the uploads, and then you have a short shelf, if you would. I would be inclined to go ahead and add at least one of these other playlists, either the Homestead Stories, or if you straighten up this one, again, it's up to you to decide what's in your playlist. Use your playlist like this, add a description. When you feature them on the front page in their own holder, they'll show up here, and the description will also be displayed as well. There you go. Sissy Boo Acres. Thank you very much for being here. Hopefully helped you in some. And please just bear with me here. I need to relink spreadsheet. Okay, got that relinked. We'll get the wheel over here. Sissy Boo Acres, thanks again for being here. Just go spin the wheel again, see who comes up next. Froggy went to knit. Froggy went to knitting. Are you in the room? Froggy went to knit 207 video. There you are. Look at this logo. What's the deal here? 207 video. And Froggy, I'm a little curious. You don't have your you don't have a count here of your subscribers, and I would certainly think that that's something you want. And it's not It's not to lend, it's not to make anybody think you're bigger or smaller than what you are. If you don't have it, you do not have it, because this is the rarity, the channels that do not have it. People look at this and go, well, what's wrong with this channel? Why don't they want to show me? I don't care if they've got 500 subscribers. I don't care if they've got 50,000 subscribers. What I want to see. And that's just the way folks are. So I think it would behoove you turn that on. And I see that you do have a join feature, which I think is best. And by the way, if there's anybody out there that does have a join button, we also guess I have that on ours, and we do reciprocate with those channels that would like to do that. If you'd like for us to be a member of your channel, you be a member of ours, and we'll just reciprocate with you. Come back to the About page. You have a 39-second introduction trailer video here. The About page. Let me read this. Hi, I'm blind, but don't let that stop me from enjoying my favorite thing, yarn. I love to crochet and knit. My name, Froggy went to knitting. If you're curious, the frog stands for fully rely on God. I enjoy doing Bible readings, crocheting, and knitting and unboxing. My co-host is Michelle. We are known as Froggy and Cow. We have all sorts of fun and laughs together. Please come join the fun on some of our live streams. We go live Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sundays 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. And then you have 2 emails, and I understand why you did that, although I am going to take issue with that in just a moment. You have a snail mail address, Happy Mail you call it, to a post office box in Virginia. And want to help my channel, you have a Cash App, or PayPal, so on and so forth. Okay, let's talk about your description area here for just a moment. Nothing within this description area is a hotspot. It just isn't. It doesn't do any good to put a link there. It's not where they belong. In order for somebody to utilize these email addresses, this is at best a copy and paste. At worst, they're trying to write this down in a smaller window off to the side as they're trying to read it and make sure that they're not screwing up a letter, because let's face it, those are not the smallest, shortest, easiest to spell names. So this is just not the place for email addresses. Talk a little bit more about the top here. Just the general layout format on the description. Doesn't matter if you're a gaming channel, homesteading channel, if you're a channel on cooking or power washing or any type of channel. The general overall rules, not rules, but the general layout in the description area on channels is the same. Multiple paragraphs, no more than 3 lines each, separated by a white space. So if you, just for example, stop this at unboxing and then put in a white space. And then my co-host is Michelle, and then stop it after live streams and another white space. And then you can put in your times and so forth. I'm a little curious. What I don't see here, and this may be down in here. Keep in mind, I'm trying to go through this very quickly, and I'm not going through all of your links down there. But you do have an email address. I'm guessing this is the Froggy went to NID. Excuse me. In the email address, I can't see it because I'm not signed in. Don't do it that here. So you got a lot of links down here in the proper areas. Biggest things that I'm seeing right from the very beginning here: numbers. How many subscribers do you have? I don't see anything here about the join button. Let me just look at it. Huh? Well, I have to sign in to even look at it. So I don't know what all you're doing with that. I do see, because of the email address, a rough idea where you're at. What I don't see is and I'm not a knitter, crocheter, carpet maker, or any of those things. What types of things do you make or do? I mean, there's a whole lot more you could add. Go back at your playlist, and you've got some playlist. So we're going to go yarn hauls first. I don't know why I just picked it. There's no description. No description. Let's going to unbox it. No description. No description. Okay. All right. Go a step further. Let's take a look at some of your thumbs. Okay, the same thing is going to apply here as what it does with every single channel we talk about. If you have text on a thumbnail, it needs to enhance the video. If it's not, there's no point having it. Is it big enough to read? Is the contrast good? Is the font of a proper size? Is it repeating the title or not? Secondly, you have the same thumbnail for multiple videos. That could be a problem. Now, I can understand why one would maybe think that, excuse me for just a moment. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to cough. And nobody wanted to hear me cough and scream at the same time. So, one would often think that having the same thumbnail, if I'm going to have live streams every week, well, I can just reuse the same thumbnail, one after another. No, you cannot. And here's why. If somebody sees something in one of your live streams and they want to refer back to it, on any one of your videos or something else. They want to refer back to it. The easiest way for them to do that is to kind of remember the picture, because the picture speaks 1,000 words. In other words, the video thumbnail speaks louder to them than any text that you could give them. If they all look alike, they're totally lost. They have no idea where to go. But if I know that, hey, I saw something in their video where the thumbnail had Albert Einstein's picture on it, like I see down here at the bottom right now, that's a great thumbnail. That's a great thumbnail because it's easily identifiable. I don't know what the video is. I have no idea. Doesn't matter. I'm looking at the thumbnail. These others where the thumbnail is the same thing, all these unboxing, not so much. There's no separation. There's no way to tell what came from where. There's no way to go back. Same way on this Good Vibes, Scribe, Quirky Crate, Ipsy Bag. Although they're different, they're so similar, they're the same. Now, again, my opinion, but it's certainly something for consideration. Jump back on your home page, see what you've done here. Networking, play. Okay. I want to be sure. Individual playlist, which is great. Create a playlist? No, not so great. Past live streams, that's a playlist, that's fine. Uploads, that's the default container, that's great. Well, and you got feature channels, you can have that's fine too. It's short on its own area, that's great too. So, create a playlist. If I want to know what your creative playlists are, I just go to playlist. I see all your creative playlists, not just the first 4 or 5. I see them all. Come in here. Same order. There they are. So this does not help you. If you add that description to your playlist, it'll show up right here. Like underneath your network description, it'll show up right here. Then you add another playlist, perhaps the unboxing one, with a description. Put that here. Have unboxing. Have a description as to what the videos are. You have past live streams, another description. Put it here. It just fills out the page and makes it more receptive for folks. Okay. We're going to jump back to your banner this moment. I absolutely love your logo here. I think that it's very, very cute. But your banner has the potential to be wonderful, but it's not. It blows off the edges. It's not going to display properly on a phone and across other areas. It would probably look good on a TV set. So there definitely needs to be some work done with this, and it's a sizing thing. It's sizing and making it fit. On a phone, do this to kind of demonstrate. A phone is going to cut off pretty close to the area that I've just rubbed out here in red. That's going to be gone. And somewhere right in this area, that's all going to be gone. And all you're going to see on a phone is what's between the red line. this is what you're going to see. And so you can't even read it at that. So I think you got some really neat things here. Somebody's done some good graphics. I don't know how you accumulated this. Yeah, absolutely. And I understand that. We've, I don't know where you're from. Did it say that? Oh, Virginia. Where's, my blind mama at? California. We know another, you just type, My Blind Mama's Messy Kitchen is, another channel that we know and have worked with, and she has, sight issues. And we've talked with some others, but yeah, absolutely. Somebody would be more than happy to help you doing. But those are my suggestions. Like I say, if you'd like to, be reciprocal on the membership thing, we're more than happy to do that with folks to help you out. And of course, that helps out both of us as well. So, Froggy went to knit, and thank you for being here. I'm glad you could take the time to visit with us here today. Have you seen her here before? Okay, great. I guess I just didn't recognize it. Look at this. Did you believe? Homestead Dream. All right, Homestead Dreaming. This is a channel that we use as an example many times, if not every week. Kira just does a wonderful job with this channel. There's a 1 minute 25 second trailer here. He has quality videos, good sharp pictures, good subject matter. Over 7,800 subscribers. Just does an absolute fabulous job. And we recommend, if you want to see how, at least what we feel, a good display on a channel is, this is the one to go to. The layout is very well done. And she changes it frequently. This is, probably maybe the third different banner now in the past year. So, pages banner. But if you look down through here, here's her playlist. Here's the description on this playlist. If she has enough playlists, she'll rotate these in and out. Just lays it out. Super nice. You in here or is she out garden? Okay. I'll go ahead and read the description. We are Karen and Steve. This is our journey. We are homestead dreaming, meaning that we aspire someday to have many acres of our own to cultivate, but until then we're making the most of the space we have. We are slowly but surely trying to become as self-sufficient as we can be on our tiny 1/5 of an acre lot in northeast Oklahoma, Zone 6B. So grab a drink. Hope you enjoy the ride as we navigate the ins and outs of growing our own food, caring for our livestock, stocking our shelf. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. We'd love for you to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when a new video is uploaded. want to send us a letter or something else with a snail mail address, go post office box. Email addresses in the proper location. Links are all laid out nicely with the description telling you where you're going to go when you click on it. Just nicely. Many playlists. All of our playlists all have well thought out, detailed descriptions. One day I'm gonna catch where she misses something, but it's hard for me to do that. She's very thorough. Nice job. Yeah, folks, this is a good channel to go look at. Another big channel to go look at if you want to get a good idea on channel layout. I'm not saying to copy, but I'm saying just to get an idea on your description and how you lay that out, make it easy to read. Off Grid with Doug and Stacy is another good one. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen is another good one. The thumbnails, again, easy to read, uses enough verbiage on the thumbnail to get a point across, but not as much as to copy the title. Just nice job. Kara, I don't know if you've made it back yet, but does a fabulous job, and we're very happy to have her jump in anytime here. So, Homestead Dreaming. Mark down that channel. Go emulate some of the things she has done. You won't go wrong. Homestead Rewind. Homestead Rewind, are you still in the house there? Homestead Rewind. No, you were here earlier. North and South Homestead. Well, I'm glad we had the opportunity to share Homestead Dreaming. I say it's a great channel to get ideas from. Quality stuff all the way. Rewind. 181 subscribers, relatively new channel, got 71 videos. Let's go see what this channel is all about. Okay. The banner is simple to the point, and that worked for me. It's different. Not expecting that. I can't tell about your logo. Now, what you have here, where a channel trailer should be, is a full-blown video called Return is Real. This is over 10 minutes long. For somebody just coming to your channel for the very first time, try to hit them with a 10-minute video when they land on your channel. If they've not subscribed yet, or just here, this is not a good location for this. And if it's a returning subscriber, if you want this to be a featured video, well, they're never going to see it because it's in the area of where the channel trailer is. The returning subscriber would play in the same location for a featured video, And maybe that was your intent here, but this is not where it is. We'll just start with that. Come back to the About page. My name is Dee. Hi, Dee. Glad to meet you. Created this channel to share our adventures as we strive to obtain a more sustainable life. After a 6-year pause, my husband Jay and I are returning to our small farm deep in the Ozarks. This time we are coming back stronger and armed with resources that were unavailable to us when we tried to start our homestead before. Journey with us as we rewind our homestead and grow into what we now realize was a calling. Come along with me, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell for notifications so you don't miss an episode. Email address is in the proper location, and you have a link to a Facebook page. Let me talk about your description for just a moment. I like what you're saying here. You've given a little description as to what Rewind is all about. Here's some other things that you could include here. My thought, anyway. Whenever anybody's talking homesteading or building a homestead or things like that, what's the first thing you want to know? You want to know how much property. Whether that means anything or not, they want to know. So that's something you could add here. That you're going back to your 160 acres in the Ozarks, or you go back to your 6 acres, or 6/10 of an acre, or whatever it is. What are they going to see here? We're coming back stronger and armed with resources that were unavailable to us when we tried to start our homestead before. What does that mean? Does that mean that you have more money? Does that mean that you have a different skill set now than what you had before? You maybe to build a home, to build a infrastructure. See, I don't know what that means, but you could certainly elaborate on some of those items there. Go look at the playlist. You got a few. So let's we'll look at animals here first. You've got a nice description here. That's great. You want all your videos, good. Healing yourself. Just always open up a couple at random here. Description is here. Great job. And all your videos here. Fabulous. Take a peek at some of your thumbnails. And here we have a Filmora user, I can tell. All right. Okay, you got a couple here where the font verbiage in the thumbnail is fading into the background. Very difficult to see. It's not of a proper size or contrast for somebody to actually read. Going back from the most recent, this one's okay. You can big enough to read. This is a little bit on the small side. Well, the contrast is good, but it's a little on the small side. This is also on the small. This one is fine. This one is fine. The top part of this, it's blending into the sky. Until it gets down to, of this video, do you have enough contrast? You have it halfway in the, during the making. But, had you made the font black in color up here at the top, would have been easy to read. Had you outlined the font letters in black, that could have helped. This is relatively easy to read, but again, it's little. And you want that much verbiage on the thumbnail. Does that help in the thumbnail, or would that be better spent in the title? So a lot of things to think about. This one, a winter's day is large enough, but then this next line, even with the magnifying glass, it just blends in too much, too small. Now, guess we haven't talked about this, but you can change these thumbnails at any time without hurting yourself at all. You can go in and you can replace thumbnails. You can't go in and download the thumbnail, re-edit it, put it back up, then it becomes a new video. But you can go in and you can replace thumbnail. You can add or change keywords. You can add or change end screens, informational screens. You can add or change the title on any of your videos at any time, many times as you like. All right, you've done a fabulous job on the first page here. You have all these individual playlists. Great job. Nicely done. It's almost lined up like a story. Homestead Rewind. Now, all right, I said this got a lot to learn. Trying to see a little bit. That's all I'm trying to do here right now. Okay. Once I get the picture big enough, I can see. Check it. And your channel name. But this is just, there's too much. It's too busy. Now that I know these are chickens, I can maybe see it. But I couldn't see it before. So just some consideration there on your logo. Homestead Rewind. Hope maybe we could some tips to help you about it a different way. Let's go grab another kit. Sonny's Place. I've heard of that. Sonny's Place. A little over 1,100 subscribers, got 121 videos. Go check out Sonny's Place. All right, nice banner. The banner is going to degrade well. When it gets on a phone, of course, you won't see this over here anyway. The subscribe won't show. Last vector will just be cut off. Be fine. Look good. Has a trailer video that's 4 minutes long. It's a little bit on the long side, in my opinion. Look at the About page. Let's find out a little bit more about Sonny's Place. All right, now if I just butcher this, forgive me. Is that Ole? Ole? Yeah. It's just Ola? Okay. Ola, amigo. I'm not, it's not my language. Sometimes English is not my language. I have my own language. My name is Emma. I live in rural Missouri with my amazing husband, Matt, and 2 beautiful daughters. I grew up in the burbs of Southern California, but settled in Missouri almost 20 years ago after getting married. I've lived in cities most of my life, but I've now been on an 11-acre property for 6 years. I'm having a blast turning our dream home into our dream home. Let me try to see. I'm having a hard time reading this today. I grew up in the burbs of Southern California, but settled in Missouri almost 20 years ago after getting married. I've lived in cities most of my life, but have been on our 11-acre property for 6 years and having a blast turning into our dream homestead. I don't know why, Emma, but it just doesn't flow right for me. So we'll let you look at it. Catch my weekly videos where I share fun DIY projects as well as how-tos on building various projects around the homestead. You'll catch a glimpse of my wood art projects, hand carved tools, and utensils. You'll also share what's growing on the garden and the coop. Follow along as I learn to grow, build my best life. Adios. Email address, proper location, link to Instagram, Facebook, and the Amazon wish list. Sonny's Place, great channel. Got some really nice videos, I can tell you that. Go take a look at the playlist. And we're going to open up growing beds, growing food and yucca culture raised beds. And look at this wonderful description. Nicely done. Nicely. Close that one up. We'll go back to, let's do easy DIY projects for the homestead. Very nice. Sonny's Place. Very nice. Nicely done. Okay. Videos, nice job. Nice job with the thumbnails. Everything sharp and clear. The verbiage, easy to read. Has fallen into a couple minor traps here. Anytime you put anything on a thumbnail that extends into the lower right-hand corner, well, YouTube will cover it up. So, for example, here, for beginners, I think that's what that problem is saying, but it's hidden behind the timestamp. The timestamp will simply cover up anything in that lower right-hand corner. Whether you want it to or not, YouTube will do it. Homepage, the short playlist, projects for a playlist, for the playlist. Great job. Great job, Emma. I'm guessing it's Emma. Sonny's Place. Folks, go check her out. take a look at a couple of her videos. You like what you see. She doesn't charge you anything if you want to hit that subscribe button. And would appreciate it as well. Funny spot. So check her out. Good camp. But not good. Storehaven Farm. If you're rewatching this or whatever, you need to immediately stop at the gas station, buy yourself a $1 lottery ticket. You are a 2-time winner. Hey. Plowman's Backyard. Plowman's Backyard. Oh, very new channel. 42 subscribers. They got a dozen videos out. They're using a good-looking chicken as their logo here. And banner will certainly display well across all devices. If you update the banner sometime in the future, just keep in mind you don't want to get too fancy on your lettering. That applies to the banners, to thumbnail, anything like that. Fancy as it looks, if you know what it says, it's easy for you to read it. It's not always so easy for others. Have a 59-second video here, but I don't think this is actually a trailer. This is short enough to be a short, but you don't have it designated as a short. It's formatted as a short. So I'm going to say you do not have a channel trailer. So channel trailer, 30 to 90 seconds. Quick thing about who you are, what your channel's about, what people can expect to see, how often you can upload. A teaser to get people interested in your channel. You place it right here in this placeholder, channel trailer, and that way anybody that's new and not subscribed will see it as soon as they land here. We're going to first jump back to the About page, take a look at the description. Welcome to Plowman's Backyard, where you will find everything from nature adventures, gardening tips and tricks, canning, dehydrating, our favorite recipe, raising chickens, and just everyday life of living in the country and homeschooling. We are not afraid of a little hard work and a lot of laughs and fun. Join us on our journey by subscribing. And then you have follow us on Instagram and Facebook. This is not doing you any good. Okay. Probably better off just get rid of that. I like what you've written here, but it's too short. So just, elaborate a little bit more. You can, without giving away your address, you can certainly say what state you're in, what growing zone is if you're talking about, gardening stuff. Well, what type of gardening do you do? You use the raised bed gardening, container gardening, in-ground gardening, hugelculture, how much property do you have? The list is endless. And again, good examples. Homestead Dreaming. Go look at her description. Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Go look at their description. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Go look at their description. Those are 3 channels that we highly recommend you go take a look at. Okay. There is also nothing here for an email. So get your email in here. Here's one. Somebody maybe wants to do collaboration with you, or they have a question about something in one of your videos that they have a legitimate question, but they don't necessarily want it to be public. They want to make it private with you. So give them that opportunity. Put your email where it belongs, behind the wall. Somebody would have to be signed in to YouTube, number one, to even access it. And even then, it's just not in front of them. They have to look for it. They have to go to it. I see here you are in Canada, so I did learn that. Take a peek at your playlist. You have a few. So we're going to pick Road to Health first. Open that window. And there's no description. I didn't figure there would be. A lot of people don't even know there's a place for a description. But there is. Whenever you create a playlist, there's a place for you to put a description. One moment. Okay, I'm back with you. So, yeah, put that playlist in. Close that up. Let's go get another one. Even if there's one video. All right, and we're going to talk about it. Here you have a playlist with one video in it, which is fine. Everything has to start with one. You get a description, and don't allow it to sit there with just one. Okay? It is supposed to be a playlist, so it should be a list of videos. You say it has to start with one, but go in relatively short order to add to it. It's multiple videos. Take a look at some thumbnails here. And we've got, 13 videos. And I can already see here you're doing some good things with your thumbnails. And you've got a couple bad things. So let's talk about the good first. I glass out here. Facial expression. Big smile. Good. Facial expressions. Problem here is that right now we're just talking, the biggest problem here is that it's too dark. Facial expressions. Nothing wrong with this at all. Facial expression. This one's too dark. So these are some of the good things you've done. Now, a lot of these you have verbiage on top of an offsetting color. For example, on this, have this white placard, science project, raising monarch. Wow. I think that's too much. That's my opinion. I think too much. Well, I like what you've done. And you've even stated part one of. I just think that's too much overall. But I like the style that you've done here. Same thing here. The problem with this one is the font has dropped down way too small. In fact, this says no sugar, no oil. It's too small to read. If I'm looking at a laptop here and I've got it with a magnifying glass, I'm probably reading it. No way they're going to see this on a phone. The verbiage inside this little frame thing. There's not enough contrast. Can't read it. too small up here. There's just too much going on. Too much going on. You've taken a great picture here, but you've got so many other things going on, it's turned into too busy of a thumbnail. This tweet verbiage that looks like it, I don't know if you're whistling this or what, but that's not helping. It's not helping. This looks like a Christmas display, but without the magnifying glass, just at a glance, I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. So I think it'd be better to focus in on a single tree that's all lit up rather than, come on. Just some different ways to look at it. Different ways to look. Back to your home page. We already talked about, you don't have a trailer here. You use your all playlist here. You don't want to do that. Put them out here individually. When you do that, put them out individually, and you have a description on that playlist. That description also goes short. They can go in their own name. That's fine. That's wonderful. Anybody out there know? Are you still supposed to put hashtag shorts in the title line? So this one, you need to put need to add short in a hashtag short in the title line here or something. Sorry, garden play. Depending upon your style on your channel, some people specialize in a certain type of gardening, whether it be Garden of Eden, square foot gardening with chalices. Is it if you're creating a playlist, I would tend to group things together, if not by year, but maybe of subject matter. So if you have big gardens and you're growing a lot of peppers, maybe you could have a playlist just on your peppers. You have a playlist just on other things that you grow. It's kind of up to you. It's very open-ended, but keep it interesting and somewhat light. Don't want to make it boring. You want to keep it light so that people can look at it and want more. Does that help you? I hope. Plowman's Backyard. Interesting channel. Looking to see where you go with this. I did see in the about page that you're in Canada. I have no idea where. I would certainly add that here. I'm not talking your address, but maybe what area that you're, maybe what the growing zone is in the area that you're in, especially if you're talking gardening. I believe they do. I don't know. It could. Okay, Plowman's Backyard. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope we gave you a couple ideas on your, everybody go check them out. Spin the wheel. See who's coming up on top here. Look at this. Folks, here is a channel. The Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. Everybody in here needs to go to this channel and just go to this channel, subscribe. Take my word for it. Fabulous couple. This is it's Joey and Holly, isn't it? It's Joey and Holly. They've got 21,000 subscribers. Folks, they have a syndicated radio show. Just absolutely full of information. I have a channel trailer here. Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. It's just over a minute in length. And they don't have a big farm. They garden pretty much in town, and they tell people how to garden in town. But I don't know who's here. Is it Holly or Joey that's in the chat? Hoping one of them jumped in. Description reads as follows. Simple how-to videos on growing vegetables organically and GMO-free for the average gardener. Simple home living and using what you already have. Joey and Holly Barrett are the hosts and founders of Gardening with the Joey and Holly radio show, formerly named the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener radio show. The radio show is captured with in-studio videos. 2021 marks the 5th season. The show is heard each week in March through October. Yep. See it. Goes here. The radio show airs in their home city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, also in Southwest Michigan, Denver, Colorado, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Boston, Massachusetts, Delta, Salt Lake City, Utah, and St. Joseph, Kansas City, Missouri, and Yankton, South Dakota. So you guys have, your radio show has expanded since I talked with you. And if isn't there a way, and I'll let you put it in here if there is, isn't there a way that, they can also get your show over the internet? Or not some of these channels or something here available through iHeart or something? Please put that in the chat if they are. Oh, okay. But wonderful couple, full of good information. Their website, it's well laid out. Their description here is absolutely great. Email address, link all in line. But I caught him. No description in this playlist. No description in this playlist. So, that's odd. Odd one. Yeah, this one has a description. Not long, but wait. Does have one. Typically, I only look at a couple, but you're going to be our last one here today on pick one. This one doesn't have a description. All right. We'll just do one more here. I've caught you. I have caught you. You need to go through your playlist and add description. All right. And we're gonna maybe pick on them a little bit more here. No description again. There's a huge playlist. But it does appear that these are all your videos, which is a big plus. So often, I will see people where they have made what could be a private playlist public, and that's not the case here. Thumbnails. I have to be a little critical on some of the thumbnails. Again, this is opinion. And anything I say you should do doesn't necessarily mean you get more views. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. There's certainly a lot of successful channels that do absolutely 100% the opposite of everything we say here, but they've got that personality that magnetizes. But here's what I'm seeing here on this. A lot of the information on your thumbnail is covered up by the timestamp. So as I've said before, it does have no good put anything in the lower right hand corner. I think you have too much information, too much text on this particular thumbnail. Another one, I think that the verbiage is a little small, the font's a little small. I know it's small on this one. It's very, very difficult to read what you have. This is fine because you're not really. This is more of a picture of you guys on your radio. You're not displaying any. Although you could put across the front on air or live something. But I think some of your thumbnails are a little bit on the busy side, makes it hard to read. And I can definitely say that a lot of times the text is too small. This here is just. I mean, I see what you have here. By getting out the glass, everything you have here makes sense. But I don't think the thumbnail's doing you any good here. Keep in mind, thumbnail, when people are presented with an entire page of thumbnail, and here you're just seeing 18. You look at these 18 thumbnails. Which one of these catches your eye? Which one says, come look at me. I'm the most attractive picture out here. Come and read my title and click on me. Which one says that? And check it out with your friend. Back to the home page. You have redone your home page here. However, again, these are playlists, individual playlists. Perfect. Put that description in there and it'll show up underneath. So, as an example, in this title of your playlist is the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener Weekly Show. But in the description, you could have heard live on and start listing the various locations where it can be heard. That can all be shown right here. People can see that easy. Yeah, just got to get some descriptions on there. When you do that, then on this first page, that's where they spend time. Now, these thumbnails, I think, are better than a lot of those more recent ones that you have on your page. But again, it's a little small. A lot of information on it. And there's some redundant. When to harvest onions, when to harvest onions. How to save tomato seeds, how to save tomato seeds. So, Joy, Holly, thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to have you here. We'll have to get together with you and get you on another Monday Night Live here in the near future. You're not so busy. So, thanks so much for being here. Thank you all for being here. Folks, it's been a couple hours. Time for me to shut this down and for Sherry and I to go get some dinner. I think she's making us a wonderful dinner tonight. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to send us an email. PeakCountyHomestead@gmail.com. And special thank you to our moderator. Special thank you to our channel members. If you'd like to become a channel member, click that join button down below. We'd love to have you. And if you have channel members on your channel and you would like to be a reciprocating member, let us know that as well. Be more than happy to do that. With that, remember, do something today that makes tomorrow better than yesterday. Take care, everyone. Good evening. See you next Monday night. Bye-bye.